Welcome to Mason's Rugged Roads. Bear with me on this one, but I'm actually doing my first unboxing. I am. Apparently on YouTube it's a big thing. Some of you may or may not be aware of this manufacturer. They're called Haix, H-A-I-X, as mentioned. We've all been guilty of it, particularly myself in the past, whether it's the road riding or the off-road racing I used to do. I always used to follow the big brands. Now don't get me wrong, big brands are great, but until I stumbled across this manufacturer, I never realised how good they were. They give the big boys a run for their money, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I believe this manufacturer gives the big boys a run for their money is purely from personal experience, and nothing to do with the fact that I never knew about these people before. I just googled them one day, in particular 30,000 miles ago. Yeah, 30,000 miles my last pair of boots has lasted. If we put that into perspective, this year I'm riding from here on the big AT. I'm in Dorset in the south of England. I'm riding from here to Kazakhstan. That's approximately 2,900, maybe 3,000 miles. The round trip's going to be pretty large, but putting that into perspective, my last pair of boots lasted 30,000 miles. That's 10.3 times that journey, and that's a lot of wear and tear. Riding, walking, they go through a lot of weather, hot sunshine, cold freezing temperatures in the mountains, lots of water. You've seen my other vids. I sure go through a lot of water. So like I say, in theory, these next pair of boots from Haix are going to last me about 30,000 miles. Maybe even more. But I will say, you've got to look after them. It's like your bike, it's like your health, everything, even your hair. If you don't look after it, it's going to fall out. If you don't look after your boots, they're not going to last. So they just need regular upkeep with, dubbing, leather treatment, some kind of polish. They're 100% waterproof, but you've just got to look after them and keep them clean as often as you can. And then they will definitely go the miles. Okay, look, before I open the box and show you the boots, let me just give you a few key facts about the Haix manufacturer and the boots themselves. And yes, I'm going to look at the notes that I made here on the table, because I can't remember them all. I'm not a professional, never have been. So, Haix Boots, or the manufacturer of Haix, they make the boots for the military. They have contracts with the military, the fire service and the police service, as well as your regular hiking, walking, trainers, running, things like that. But if you're a manufacturer that makes for those big industries, you've got to make a product that lasts, which is why I moved away from some of the big brand motorcycle boots. They just didn't last the distance. Whereas these guys, they're making it for the military, for instance. You imagine what a pair of boots goes through just in a year with someone in the military. The running, the hiking, the heat, the cold, the wet. That's why the Gore-Tex membranes last here. Talking of Gore-Tex, these Haix boots have between 3 and 4 layered Gore-Tex membranes inside the boot behind that ultra strong but comfortable leather, which means, like some other manufacturers, even with the wear and tear on the heel as you're walking, as you're riding, as it's going through all sorts of mayhem in the motorcycling world, those membranes just last and keep you waterproof over and over and over again. Okay, back to the notes. Oh yeah, so you've got Kevlar protection in the boots. Obviously it's focused around the military, fire service, police, etc. So why can it not work for the motorcycle world? For me, it works in my motorcycle world of Mason's Rugged Roads because they're comfortable, breathable and waterproof. They do everything that I need. But of course, everyone has a different experience on their two wheels and on their motorbikes. So of course there's many other boot manufacturers you could choose from, but from my humble opinion, these are the best I've ever found. Back to the notes. We've mentioned they're warm, breathable, waterproof, so they're very, very warm in the winter. In the summer, they're ultra breathable, which means you don't get really, really hot feet, and they're waterproof. So no matter what you do with them, you can walk around in puddles, you can stand in your bath. Come on, after all that talk, we got to get the boots out, right? Okay, so quick cut of the tape. These are just a standard size 8. That fit me. You got your standard user information. Well, you just put them on and use them, don't you? Nicely wrapped. Obviously the brand logo there. Look at them. I was talking about the Kevlar across the toe, in the back of the heel. That sort of anti-rip, anti-puncture is all through here, yet they are completely flexible. A bit like the old days of the Dr. Martin brand. They're exceptional. Inside you've got a beautiful fleece lining. They're a fantastic boot. Oh God, they've only sent one. No, I'm kidding. There's the other. There we have it. Hakes boots. I would say, from experience, the best boots I've ever owned. These will do me another 30,000 miles. They will, if not more. And when I've finished with these, or they've finished with me, I'm going to buy another pair. There we go. A pair of my favourite boots made by Hakes. Now, you've got the lace-up system on the boot. These are closed eyelets on the front 3, so you've got 3 each side, making 6 with the laces hoop through. Then they come up into these 3/4 cleft edges where they lock round all the way up, and then you do them up tight. Some people have said to me in the past, yeah, but laces on a motorbike, really? I promise you, hand on heart, my beating heart, in the 30,000 miles I've done with these boots, never, not once, never have these shoelaces come undone or fallen by the wayside as I'm riding along. One of the main reasons is, once the boot's done up and you've done it tight, your bike gear or trousers comes over the top, and inevitably they're velcroed, so even if they were to come undone, the laces aren't going anywhere, are they? But I'll leave that for you just to consider, because some people prefer to have a velcro or a latch strap system on their boots. It's very personal. You choose. It's probably worth mentioning the last pair of boots lasted 30,000 miles-ish, but it was only the left boot that eventually became less waterproof, and I'll tell you for why. Where you're changing gear with your left foot, the constant rubbing on here just meant that the material joined here on the leather with the heavy-duty stitching, after 30,000 miles, we're talking, I don't know, 2.5 years, something like that, but I crammed in 30,000 miles. Imagine 30,000 miles over a 5-year period for someone that perhaps doesn't go out that often. That's a long life boot, surely. Where it scuffed and moved around on here, eventually some of the water begun to get in and make my toes a little bit, and I mean a tiny bit damp. So I thought, hey, it's Christmas and it's 2020. Time to get myself some new boots. Oh, and by the way, no, I'm not sponsored by Hakes. But maybe I should be. Nah, who am I kidding? I hope you like the review, and maybe in upcoming episodes I'll do some more about the products that I use, or shall I say kit that I use, that fit with my world and Mason's rugged roads. Thanks for watching.